empowerment. Mountain of Mercy launches women's sewing workshop in Mukuru kwa Ruben.
Thank you so much for staying here with us at Horizon TV. My sign language interpreter is Mariam Jamaluddin. Now on to our top story is that Jamia Mosque Nairobi Imam Sheikh Jamaluddin Osman has called on the government to stop the double standards and ban Miraa and Muguka in the country, just as it is working on combating illicit alcohol in Mount Kenya region. The government is waging a war against alcohol abuse, which is a fire in Mount Kenya, which is reef in Mount Kenya, but is supporting the farming, transportation, distribution, sale and use of Muguka and Miraa within the Muslim majority counties.
Jamia Mosque Nairobi Imam Sheikh Jamaluddin Osman has called for an immediate ban on Miraa and Muguka. The Imam highlighted the severe negative impacts these substances have on families, individual health, and society at large. In his sermon, Sheikh Jamaluddin pointed out the detrimental effects of Miraa and Muguka, which are widely consumed in various parts of Kenya, especially in the Muslim-dominated regions.
One of the challenges that you're facing, or the evil effects of Miraa, is not only finance and loss of time, but also it affects the health, and also it affects the youth, and it is a doorway to other drugs.
The Imam detailed how prolonged consumption of khat and Muguka can lead to mental health issues, including anxiety and depression, among other issues.
Not only does it affect the teeth and the tongue and the mouth and your stomach, but it also affects your sexual lifestyle.
He shared stories of individuals who have become dependent on Miraa and Muguka, leading to financial ruins and broken homes.
And we are having, because of Miraa and because of Muguka, we have problems, and there is animosity in families. The wife cannot stand the husband. Why? Because two basic things he cannot meet. The financial side, where he's supposed to feed the family, he's not feeding the family. And the sexual side, he cannot satisfy her. Then what is the point of him staying? Let him go away. And it brings animosity in the family.
He argued that the youth are particularly vulnerable and are being lured into these habits, thereby jeopardizing their education and prospects.
Meanwhile, they would come to the school and they would show us the effect of drugs. And the most hated thing to do will be drugs. And then you'll be shown an example, a young man who performed very well in high school and got an A. You find that that young man, he's lost everything. And he was to do medicine.
Sheikh Jamaluddin Osman urged the government to take decisive action against the cultivation, sale, and consumption of Miraa and Muguka.
It's very unfair that the government of Kenya is combating illicit alcohol in Mount Kenya, yet it is encouraging Miraa to be used, yet it is affecting us.
Last week, President William Ruto reversed a contentious ban imposed in parts of the country on Muguka after 3 county governors from the coastal region had banned its sale, sparking anger in the areas where the crop is grown. Muguka, a cheaper, more addictive variety of the plant, is popular in the coastal counties of Mombasa, Kilifi, Taita Taveta, and Kwale. Mombasa Governor Abdul Samad Sharif Nasir banned the entry, transportation, sale, and consumption of Muguka, citing its harmful effects, especially on young people.
I want to quote the governor of Mombasa, Abdul Samad Sharif Nasir, when he said, if Muguka is good to you, then sell to your people and give to your children. The problem with Muguka is that it's far much cheaper compared to Miraa. And the effects are far worse.
The High Court in Embu County suspended the ban on Muguka in Mombasa and Kilifi counties. In a ruling on Tuesday last week, Justice Lucy Njuguna issued a restraining order to the counties from effecting the ban on Muguka until July 8, 2024. Reporting for Muslim Insight, my name is Shadia Ramadan.
Still on matters of Mira and Muguka is that Garissa Township Member of Parliament Major Deko Barrow has called on the Muslim leaders in the country to take the issue of Mira and Muguka seriously and ban the drugs in their respective areas. Speaking in Mukuru kwa Ruben in Nairobi when he opened sewing workshop at Al Amin Mosque, the MP has urged the Muslim community leaders to come together and confront this pressing issue head-on.
Speaking at Al Amin Mosque in Mukuru kwa Ruben, Nairobi, Garissa Township Member of Parliament Major Deko Barrow has urged Muslim community leaders to join hands and confront the issue of Mira and Muguka abuse. He emphasized the need for a united front to tackle this menace.
Ni wajibu wetu kuanza kuangalia kwa nini vijana wetu. Sasa labda ni vijana, lakini siku za uzoni utasikia wasichana wetu pia wamefanya nini? Wameingia hiyo biashara, wameingilia hiyo maneno, wanaanza kukula Mira, wanaanza kukula nini? Muguka. Na hiyo maneno ni kama wamama wanapigana na hiyo campaign itafaulu. Na kama nyinyi mko radhi au mko sawa nayo, haitafanyika. Hatutashinda hiyo vita. Vita lazima ianzwe na wamama. Because ile mtu anaumia ni nani? Ni mama. Kijana ile anaumia ni nani? Ni kijana ya mama. Ile kijana ile mtu anakula hiyo kitu ni bibi, ni bwana ya wasichana wenu.
Meanwhile, in Malindi sub-county, leaders have linked the rise of juvenile crime to poor parenting and drug abuse, including heroin, cocaine, bang and Muguka. During the Madaraka Day celebration at Cleopatra Grounds, Deputy County Commissioner David Lusava and MP Amina Lora Mnyazi expressed their concerns over youth gang terrorizing residents with knives and machetes.
So wazazi, tuwe mfano mzuri. Tusitume watoto haya, mtoto unamtuma nenda ukaninunulia sigara dukani. The next time hata yeye ataonunua aonje. Aone kitu ina test namna gani. So let us not abdicate our duties as parents. Tulea watoto wetu vizuri kwa sababu hawa ndio tegemeo letu. We have to invest in our children.
MP Amina Lora Mnyazi criticized parents who pressure leaders to release their children arrested for crimes and pledged to support police patrols.
Usalama unaanza na mimi na wewe. Wewe kama mzazi pia uko na jukumu lako kuhakikisha kwamba mtoto wako ana nidhamu na afate sheria ya nchi vile ambavyo inavyotakikaniwa. Si mtoto wako wewe unasema hapa sheria ifuatwe, mtu wako akishikwa unataka sheria ibadilishwe. Hiyo haitawezekana. Tutaamua moja.
Malindi Town Ward Representative Rashid Odhiambo called for a crackdown on pharmacies selling anesthetic chemicals used by criminals. Anti-narcotic drug ambassador Famau Mohamed Famau urged collective efforts to fight narcotic drugs and Muguka in Malindi and the Coast region.
Hili swala la madawa ya kulevya, na nataka kuwa very categorical hapa kwa hizi chemist ama pharmacy ambazo ziko hapa. Naomba pia ziwe regulated, kwa sababu utakuta kuna baadhi ya madawa ambayo yanatumika kwa ajili ya kufanyia uhalifu zinatoka katika hizi pharmacy.
Sisi wazazi kusaidiana, kushirikiana ni njia gani tutawasaidia vijana kama hawa. Badala ya kulaumu, badala ya kunyosheana vidole, tuangalieni ni njia gani tuweza kuwasaidia vijana wetu ambao wameathirika na madawa ya kulevya.
The call for action against drug abuse and juvenile crime continues to grow, with leaders from different regions emphasizing the need for community involvement and stricter regulation to ensure a safer environment for all. Reporting for Muslim Insight, my name is Mariam Sa.
Thank you, Mariam Sa, for that report. Now, moving on, Ta'awun Trust in partnership with Angel Welfare have distributed 800 pairs of shoes to school-going children from marginalized communities with the aim of uplifting the children to embark on a mission that would change lives one step at a time. The two organizations have so far distributed the shoes to school-going children in Mukuru, Kayaba, Korogosho, Kibera, and Majengo in Nairobi County.
With the aim of distributing 10,000 shoes to school-going children across the country, Ta'awun Trust, in collaboration with Angel Welfare, have set out to ensure that no child's journey to school is hindered by the lack of footwear.
We are here today at Kibera Primary School. We have a project of Footwear Kenya. We are distributing shoes to the most vulnerable children in this school. We came here before, we took a data, we saw the children who don't have shoes. Some are coming to school, to the class with the gumboots. And this one really affected us as a community. So we decided to come back here to distribute shoes to those vulnerable children.
Today, 800 pairs of shoes have found their way into the hands of eager children in a few months. So far, 8 schools in Nairobi are beneficiaries of this act of kindness.
On behalf of the school, I'm so grateful for the gesture that you've given us as Kibera Primary. We are receiving 125 pairs for our needy children. From the catchment area, our learners go through a lot. So we really appreciate your team for this gesture, because one, it's the best way to build self-esteem for these learners.
With the understanding that education is a key to breaking the cycle of poverty, Angel Welfare and Ta'awun Trust are empowering children to walk confidently into the classroom and pursue their dreams.
We invite all local donors to come and support us so that we can be able to reach our target of giving more than 10,000 shoes to the vulnerable.
Children who once walked barefoot now walk with pride, their stride fueled by the promise of a better tomorrow.
Giving back to the community is most important thing, because children really need school shoes. When you go to school and you don't have shoes, you're not comfortable, you're not okay while learning. You're just there, but deep down, your learning skills are poor.
Angel Welfare and Ta'awun Trust have taken the steps towards a brighter future, one where every child has the opportunity to walk the path of education, one shoe at a time. Muhammad Shakombo, Muslim Insight.
Step to giving back to the community. Thank you so much, Muhammad Shakombo, for that beautiful story. Now moving on, in a celebration of diversity and entrepreneurship, the Halal Business Adverts played host to a vibrant Halal Expo on Sunday. The event aimed at showcasing a wide range of Muslim-owned brands and businesses. The Halal Expo provided a platform for entrepreneurs and vendors to exhibit their products and services, all in line with Islamic dietary and ethical standards. The event attracted a diverse range of visitors, both from the local Muslim community and beyond, keen to explore and support these innovative businesses.
Expo iko sawa, imetupeleka vizuri na we've seen customers flowing in. Mimi kazi yangu nauza pajamas mostly, and they are cotton. They are so good, they are absorbent. Alafu naona watu wananunua na watu wanazipenda.
In an interview with Horizon TV, Siddiq Hassan Maalim, founder and executive director of Humanity Link Agency, expressed his delight at the success of the expo, noting that it offered a meaningful chance to support Gaza.
Today we're here to sell a few Palestine solidarity merchandise. The main aim is to create awareness about what's happening in Gaza and entire Palestine, by giving you some products that you can walk around creating awareness everywhere, inshallah. The business, alhamdulillah, is very good. This is about our third time here. We've been selling this stuff. There's been a demand for this, and we've seen the impact by loads of people we've been seeing on the streets and everywhere having our products about Palestine, and a lot more asking for them, inshallah. And alhamdulillah, we're happy to be here, and alhamdulillah, the business is going good.
The expo provided vendors with the opportunity to showcase their eco-friendly products and also empower individuals with practical knowledge and inspire them to adopt halal products.
I've come to this expo to create awareness on better, safe and affordable products that won't harm your skin, products that you won't become dependent on to a point where when you stop them, they stop working for you. And alhamdulillah, we've met a lot of clients over here, we've met other businesses, we've been able to share ideas, and I'll encourage everyone else, any entrepreneur, to come to this Halal Expo because it's a very good initiative for Muslim businesses.
On the other hand, the expo provided a platform for people from different parts of the country, most of which had migrated from Sudan after a post-election violence in their country.
I start my business because when I came here country, I was having things, and we came here, Kenya, because we have war in our country. We are from Sudan. We have a traditional clothes from Sudan. This for man. We call it Markub.
It's my first bazaar here. Today is the first. I only want the people to know me and to know the company.
The expo was designed to highlight a range of products within the country and to create a unified space for marketing activities.
There are very many services that are offered by very many different kinds of Muslims. So by involving in such events, it brings awareness, like the services about school, about health, about medical, and to other essential activities that are provided by Muslims.
This expo has really helped me. It has, considering that I'm a Christian and I have been able to engage with Muslims. Okay, we are interacting well, and I'm learning from them and they are learning from me. It is a very good experience. Customers are coming in and I have a very, very good experience and I'm really enjoying it.
Reporting for the Muslim Insight, my name is Naima Juma.
Thank you, Naima Juma, for preparing that report. Elsewhere is that Makunda Muslim High School in Kakamega County last week marked a significant milestone with the commissioning of a new dormitory, a generous donation from Busia Sugar Industry. The event, as our reporter Mustafa Kasim says, was a grand occasion that brought together various prominent figures, including the guest of honor, Khadija Nganyi, commissioner at the Commission of Revenue Allocations, with attendance of Kakamega County government officials and the County Director of Education.
Speaking with the Muslim Insight, the school's senior principal, Madam Aziza Ramadan, expressed her gratitude towards Busia Sugar Industry, highlighting the critical need for external support, saying the response from the industry has been overwhelming and timely.
This day indeed has been a great day. We had this day as our AGM day. We have also commissioned this dormitory for our boys, and this dormitory was sponsored by Busia Sugar Industry. We are very grateful to the CEO, Sheikh Ali Taib, for giving us a lot of attention and also caring about our boys.
Bashir Idris, the operation manager at Busia Sugar Industry, echoed the sentiments, emphasizing on the company's commitment to community welfare, terming it as an obligatory responsibility as Muslims.
Education is the key to the survival of any community and the progress of the community. That is why we believe in enhancing and empowering institutions to better the education quality. So because of that, we believe that the future is in our younger generation, and that is why we take keen interest in ensuring that we provide facilities that are able to grow the standards of our education.
The newly commissioned dormitory with 120 beds brings much needed relief to the school accommodation crisis, addressing the critical shortage of sleeping space for students who previously faced inadequate space to now enjoy a comfortable and stable living environment.
Initially, the boys were sleeping in a mud dormitory, and this actually affected their ego, affected their performance. The boys are very grateful and they're happy because of this building. We also are very grateful to our commissioner, Khadija Nganyi. She graced the occasion on behalf of the locals in Kakamega County and on behalf of our Muslim brethren.
This event stands as a testament to the power of community, collaboration, and the impact of corporate social responsibility. With the new dormitory, students at Makunda Muslim High School are now better equipped to focus on their studies, paving the way for a brighter future.
Leo kama Busia Sugar tumefungua hii dom ambaye itafanya kazi si kwa leo peke yake, lakini kwa vizazi vijao. Na tumeweka vipaumbele kwa mambo ya kufundisha kujenga vitu kama haya pamoja na maskuli, hospitali. Upande wa Busia tunajenga, upande wa Kakamega County hapa tumeweka hii Makunda dormitories ili wanafunzi wetu wapate nafasi ya kuendeza masomo yao vizuri ili wapate kupita.
More than 600,000 shillings was also raised to help in the construction of the laboratory, which will help the students in gaining more practical skills.
Tuliweza kuchanga shilingi 629.99, lakini nikaambia huyu kijana wetu anaitwa Ibrahim kwamba hatuwezi tukaacha shule na pesa ambazo zina mapengo. Kwa hivyo akaweza kujaza pengo. Kwa hivyo zile pesa ambazo tumechangia shule hapa leo zote ni shilingi 630,000. Takbir!
These efforts demonstrates the collective commitment of the school and parent support to enhancing educational facility. Reporting for the Muslim Insight from Kakamega County, I'm Kasim Mustafa.
Thank you, Mustafa Kasim, for preparing that beautiful report. Still on humanitarian aid story is that Mountain of Mercy, a UK-based charitable organization, has joined hands with Darul Khair Community Center in Mukuru, Kwaruben, Nairobi, to support over 80 women through various empowerment programs. The collaboration aims to uplift women by providing them with skills and opportunities for sustainable livelihoods. Mountain of Mercy on Saturday launched a sewing workshop at Al Amin Mosque in Mukuru, Kwaruben that will see women get skills to enable them to earn a much-needed income.
The focal point of this partnership is the establishment of a sewing workshop at Al Amin Mosque, a hub for Muslim community activities in the area.
And we have opened a workshop over here. We have sewing machines donated by our donors back in the UK, and we are empowering women. The women who are at home, we are going to train them to stitch, to sew, and after they have finished their training, we will look for orders from schools, from companies who can give their orders to stitch their uniforms, school uniforms, maybe workshop orders, whatever. So that once these women are trained, then they can start earning. While they are earning, they are supporting their families. They are at home looking after their children. So this is bringing them out of poverty.
Tunafurahia sana kwa siku ya leo. Siku ya leo tulikuwa na project ya kuonesha vile watu waliosilimu vile walivyosoma. Na alhamdulillah wamama wameweza kujitolea kuonesha mada tofauti. Na pia project nyingine ni tumepata wafadhili kuja kutufungulia sehemu wa mama atakuwa anapata taaluma tofauti, ambapo ni kusema jifundisha kusoma cherehani, ambapo katika mpangilio tulionayo mashallah kutakuwa anasoma kujifundisha cherehani na pia kusoma madrasa.
The workshop serves as a platform for women to learn the art of sewing, a skill that not only enhances their personal development but also opens doors to economic independence.
Leo ni cherehani, inshallah kesho tutaleta classes ya hinna, ya kupamba nywele, mnaweza kufanya nywele ya kina mama. Pole pole tuende mbele inshallah.
Speaking to the Muslim Insight, Shenaz Abdul Wahid, the Mountain of Mercy Kenya country director, said through the sewing workshop, the women will be equipped with the necessary training towards financial stability.
To empower women and girls, bring them out of poverty, stop them from loitering, drop out from school. They can get education as well. They can look after their families. So that is one of our projects in Kenya. We do talk about period poverty. Their girls are suffering because they can't afford to buy pads, and due to that, girls are being exploited to go into prostitution.
Garissa Township Member of Parliament, Major Deko Barrow, emphasized the importance of women empowerment in driving positive change within communities.
Inshallah mtashirikiana na Ustad Aisha vile tunaweza wasaidia kidogo kidogo, pia musaidike. Na one of them ni Mama Shinaza ameleta hiyo masharahani leo. Tafadhali mufanye bidii, mujitafutie riziki na mkono yenu. Hiyo tu ndio itakuokoa. Si kuomba mtu mwingine, si kutegemea mtu mwingine. Ile kazi umefanya na mkono yako ndio kitu ya baraka. Binadamu hataki kuombwa. Hiyo ni hakika. Ile mtu ya kuombwa ni Mwenyezi Mungu. Ukiweka bidii yako na uombe Mwenyezi Mungu wako, inshallah mutaendelea mbele.
The Garissa Township Member of Parliament said by providing women with the means to support themselves and their families, the initiative aims to break the cycle of poverty and dependency.
Hakuna yule alizaliwa akiwa mtajiri. Kila mtu alianza mahali. Ukisikiza mastori ya watu wengine utashangaa sana. So hali muko ni hali Mwenyezi Mungu ametuweka. Lazima sisi kama Waislamu wengine ambayo Mungu aliwapatia kitu, tusaidie Waislamu wengine wainuke pia juu. Lazima watoto wasome. Ile shida ambayo tuko nayo, ile kitu kingine inaweza kututoa kama jamii ni vile tutasoma. Kama hatutasoma tutakoka hiyo hali. Lazima pia tufanye bidii kwa wamama, kwa wasichana, kwa vijana waende wasome. Wakisoma Mungu atafungua mlango zingine ya kuenda juu.
Aziza Hassan, a mother of 7 and a beneficiary of the sewing workshop, said the project has come at the right time, with many Kenyans struggling with financial challenges, and called on the representative from both organizations to empower more women and uplift the community.
Nawashukuru wafadhili waliotuletea hizi charani. Hii ni kazi nzuri, watatunufaisha. Mimi kama mama nina watoto wengine hadi wako secondary, na kwa sasa sina kazi ambayo ninafanya, kwa hivyo nitakuja nisome hii cherehani, na inshallah Mwenyezi Mungu atanipa nguvu niendelee kuwalea hawa watoto.
Tunafurahia sana hii kazi ambayo wanafanya. Sana sana hii kazi itanisaidia mimi kujifunza kushona, itakuwa ni faida kwangu, kuwalea watoto wangu, na itakuwa ni manufaa kwangu. Hata wakati nitakuwa sina kazi nyingine naweza shughulika na hii, kwa sababu tumeambiwa mradi tutasaidiwa hata kupata kazi ya kushona hata uniform za shule. So naona ni mradi mzuri, naomba wamama wahudhurie na tujitolee kushona.
They emphasized the need for sustainable initiatives that enable individuals to become self-reliant and contribute meaningfully to society.
So you women, you are the first school to children. Nini ndio shule ya kwanza kwa watoto? Umezaa mtoto, nini mtalea mtoto? Na ile tabia nini mtapatia, hiyo tabia ndio ataenda kupeleka kwa ulimwengu. Shule inakuja ya pili. Mwanzo ni mama, alafu ni baba. Mtoto anatakaga mama kwa paka miezi 6, anataka mama. Alafu sasa ndio baba anaingia. Anakuja kusimamia pia. Ana discipline mtoto, anapenda mtoto, analeta chakula. Unaona? So sasa sisi kina mama lazima sisi tupatie tabia mzuri kwa watoto, na sasa sisi kama tumejifunza, if we are educated, tunaweza kufundisha watoto wetu pia.
Mountain of Mercy provides support to victims of natural disasters and those that are living below the poverty line in the most vulnerable positions across the world.
And Mountain of Mercy, sisi tunafanya kazi kwa voluntary, hatuchukui mshahara. Ile pesa tumepata inafikaga kwa kina mama, kwa watoto, kwa chakula pale inatakikana. Sisi tunafanya kazi pamoja na Major Deko mwaka nyingi sana Garissa. Na tangu tumeonana na Ustadh Aisha nikaamua pia Nairobi nitasaidia kidogo.
Mukuru kwa Reuben is part of the larger Mukuru slums in Nairobi. It is prone to several challenges and risks which include rampant insecurity and extreme poverty. Saida Aboud Bilail reporting for the Muslim Insight.
MashaAllah, they say educating and empowering women is doing likewise to the community. Thank you so much, Saida Aboud Bilail, and that brings us to the end of our first part of the Muslim Insight. We will be right back with the conversation on environmental conservation. Stay tuned.
Horizon TV, the beacon for the nation.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا نودي للصلاة من يوم الجمعة فاسعوا إلى ذكر الله وذروا البيع ذلكم خير لكم إن كنتم تعلمون.
Enyi mlioamini, munapoitwa kuhudhuria swala ya Ijumaa, fanyeni haraka kuikimbilia, muache biashara zenu, hilo ni bora ikiwa mwelewa.
Isikilizeni kwa umakinifu khutba ya Ijumaa
ili uzidi kujenga imani yako na kupata faida nyingi ya siku hii.
Coming to you every Friday from Jamia Mosque, Nairobi.
Live on Horizon TV.
Verse of the day.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا يسخر قوم من قوم عسى أن يكونوا خيرا منهم ولا نساء من نساء عسى أن يكن خيرا منهن ولا تلمزوا أنفسكم ولا تنابزوا بالألقاب بئس الاسم الفسوق بعد الإيمان ومن لم يتب فأولئك هم الظالمون.
Kuna faida gani twapata tukimjua Mtume sallallahu alaihi wasallam,
nabii mwenye ushawishi mkubwa duniani?
Tukizikwa tukitiwa kaburini, tutaulizwa haya maswali matatu: man rabbuk, ma dinuk, man nabiyuk.
Sheikh Jamaluddin anakupa simulizi.
Huwezi kumpenda mtu usiyemjua
na kutambua sunna zake,
lakini ukimjua na ukimtambua Mtume Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, mapenzi yako yatazidi.
Kumfahamu Rasulullah, familia na maswahaba wake, tazama sira ya Mtume kila Jumatatu saa 1 jioni kwenye Horizon TV. Kitabu chenye uongofu kilichoteremshwa kwa mpangilio maalum.
Sura ikiitwa Madania inamaanisha iliteremshwa Mtume sallallahu alaihi wasallam alipokuwa kwa Madina.
Kila sura imepewa jina rasmi na sababu zake za kimsingi.
Inaitwa Suratun Nisa'il Kubra, sura ya wanawake kubwa.
Fahamu sababu za kuteremshwa Qur'an na matukio ya kipekee katika utaratibu huu.
Asema Mwenyezi Mungu wa Nuha, nakumbukeni kisa cha Nuh, tumpomlingania kabla, tukamjibu yale mambo aliyoyaomba, tukawa ni mwenye kumwokoa yeye na ahli yake.
Ungana na Profesa Muhammad Salim Badamana katika malengo ya Qur'an kila siku ya Jumapili saa 11 kamili jioni katika Horizon TV.
Horizon TV, the beacon for the nation.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back and thank you so much for staying here with us at Horizon TV. This is our second segment whereby we engage ourselves in conversation. And our topic of discussion today, like I mentioned earlier before I took a short break, was on environmental conservation. And in studio, I am joined by Shadia Ramadan, campaign coordinator of One Kenyan, One Tree initiative. Assalamu alaikum, Shadia. As well as Wesley Derrick, the communications manager of the One Kenyan, One Tree initiative. Hujambo?
I'm supposed to say assalamu alaikum as well.
Karibu sana Horizon TV.
Shukran.
Okay, we are talking about environmental conservation. And I can see you guys are the officials of the One Kenyan, One Tree initiative. Could you for better understanding of our viewers back at home or wherever they are watching us, explain to us what One Kenyan, One Tree is all about?
Okay, so good morning once again. The One Kenyan, One Tree campaign is a project under Green Space, which is a dynamic youth-led organization that focuses or rather champions for climate change. So the One Kenyan, One campaign is a campaign fostering or rather championing for the planting of trees with the vision of ensuring that every single Kenyan at least has a tree attached to themselves.
Wow, that's really great. You've talked about a youth-led organization. Maybe, Shadia, we have so many things that a youth-led organization can do. Why did you guys choose to plant trees? Why planting trees?
Well, when most people look at planting trees, they usually see like putting trees in the soil. But planting trees is more than that. Our life depends on like the ecosystem that the trees provide. Our survival depends on the ecosystem, and if we do not like sustain our trees, then there's surely no point of living. So that's why we chose to plant trees.
Wow, really interesting. You guys decided to do planting trees. Maybe what are the strategies that you guys employ to implement sustainability at both a local level and national level?
I think also just as Shadi has said, we are at a pivotal moment in the fight for climate change, that is. So Green Space and the initiative One Kenyan, One Campaign couldn't have come at a better time. So some of the approaches that we are doing is that it's a project that is multi-generational. That is, we involve every single person out there, regardless of the age, regardless of the gender. Plus we also undertake advocacy practices to ensure that every single person is involved in this campaign, so that we are able to maximize on the availability of people and the influence of people that we are having on the ground.
Let me stick with you on that matter. You've talked about involving everybody, because this is a matter that concerns each and every individual.
Yes,
maybe how do you engage the community and stakeholders in matters such?
First of all, we say, and specifically for Green Space, what we are doing is tree growing. We are not planting. Other organizations are planting trees, but for us we are growing. And you realize the difference is that for growing, it is a process. And the process involves acquisition of the seedlings, we have pitting, we have doing a research in regards to what kind of seeds and what kind of trees are going to do well at this particular point or other environment. And then after the pitting, of course, now we have the planting, and then we have the nurturing. So for Green Space, we involve the community in various aspects. The first is we get to talk to the community and see what kind of trees do you want, because you're also venturing into planting of fruit trees, that is. So the community is involved in regards to deciding which kind of tree we are, of course, in coordination with the scientific research that we do also. We involve the community in identifying what trees are good for the environment. In the pitting process, which is our main objective, and also targeting the community, because we also get to benefit the community in regards to just a bit of payment to help us do the holes. So the community is involved in doing the pitting and also the planting. Yes.
Somebody out there would want to know what you guys have done so far. Maybe Shadia could help us with this. And you've talked about planting trees being different from growing trees.
Yeah,
you guys are growing trees.
Yes. We are growing, not planting.
You're growing trees,
yeah.
mashallah. Maybe could you tell us the success project that the initiative has done? So
I could mention one. We had a recent engagement with AAR Insurance Company, and we were provided land by the Kenya Veterinary Vaccine Production, and we were able to grow, not plant, we were able to grow 1,000 trees, and right now we are nurturing the trees and just seeing how they are growing, but that's our recent success.
Okay, still on matters of support system, how do you guys collaborate or partner with the government agencies, other stakeholders, non-governmental organizations, businesses, in order to further your mission as One Kenyan, One Tree initiative?
Okay, in regards to collaboration, I think it's also a very important aspect, because we need all hands on deck. So for Green Space, we are very open, and that's why we say we recently got land from Kenya Vaccines Production. And then we've also done partnerships with institutions like Kenya Institute of Mass Communication. We've also reached out to KMTCs across the country. So collaboration is very important for us, and we are open to all kinds of collaborations, which of course we've done quite a number of collaborations all across.
Okay,
yes.
You're talking about this is a matter that concerns everybody. Let's talk about intersectionality of environmental issues. How do you guys address that one? Because this is a matter of health, this is a matter of environmental conservation, because it definitely affects. And how do you address intersectionality of environmental issues?
Okay, it's good to note that from growing trees, we actually benefit so much as a society. And so health-wise alone, when you plant a tree, this means that you get access to quality air. So the air that you breathe will be good. Tomorrow, if you plant a tree, today, tomorrow, like we're saying, we're planting trees for fruits as well. The community is able to benefit directly from this, because from the fruits you get to harvest, and also it gives you the motivation to do more than just planting the trees for shades and all that. Because I remember when we were growing up, these trees were a source of recreation. just a place where you can rest. You can actually plant a park for yourself today in Kenya and benefit from it. So our initiative cuts across all single aspects of life. Yeah.
Okay, in life there are some things or some issues that they accompany us in whatever we do, and that is the support system. We've talked about the government agencies, the collaboration with the government agencies, businesses, non-governmental organization, communication. Let's talk about technology. How do you incorporate innovative technologies?
So the One Kenya, One Tree initiative significantly enhances the effectiveness by leveraging the Jaza Miti app. The Jaza Miti app is an app developed by the Kenya Ministry of Environment, and it's a powerful tool designed to facilitate and streamline tree planting. So by using this app, like, it centralizes platform for coordinating tree planting, and the Jaza Miti app.
You know, Jaza Miti app. One would want to know what's Jaza Miti app.
Actually, just to add on what she's saying, the Jaza Miti app is a new development from the Ministry of Environment. So what it does, it keeps track of the number of trees that you've planted and how it helps organizations, not only for green space, but for literally everybody in the country, is that after you've planted a tree, you're able to indicate and state that I've planted this number of trees. So it helps you track the progress that you're having, and also it helps the government to see which parts of the country need more effort in regards to climate change.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's talk about accountability and transparency. How do you guys measure, or what measures are in place to ensure that accountability and transparency in the initiative's outcomes?
So we have a website, and on the website you can find like the number of trees we plan to grow, which is 60 million trees. You can find the number of trees we have grown and which species we have grown so far. So through that, anyone who wants to like plant or contribute to this campaign can visibly see everything that we have done so far and can contribute to where we want to go.
We're talking about 60 million.
Yes.
That's really a lot.
Yeah.
And the government is planning to plant 15 billion, right?
Yeah.
You've talked about Kenya Mass. Kenya Mass is a learning institution.
Yes.
Maybe how do you engage education and in order to build them in terms of planting trees, environmental sustainability?
So the one thing we've also incorporated, mainly green space, is focuses on advocacy. That's why we are so much open to working with the learning institutions, because we believe this generation is inadequately informed on the importance of growing trees, that is taking care of our environment. Like I mentioned before, growing up we used to enjoy trees. We used to hang swings and do so much from the... Today, people are using poles and metallic, to be precise. So it is because this generation does not understand the impact, or rather the importance of environment. That's why mainly we are also focusing on advocacy. So for learning institutions specifically, we are going out there, reaching out, teaching them on the importance of taking care of our environment, of the importance of planting trees, so that today if you walk out there and you see a tree, then you're able to attach the values that it brings to the society. So that is mainly why we are doing advocacy to all learning institutions.
Wow, mashallah. We've talked about support system, we've talked about technology, and definitely in life we normally have challenges, we normally face challenges.
Yeah, definitely.
We encounter those challenges most of the time. Maybe Shadia, could you like take us through the challenges you guys face as an initiative, and how do you address them?
So one of the major challenges that we face is the sufficient land like for planting trees. You could, like in urban areas, it's really hard to find like bare land to plant trees. Yeah, mostly you find you find sufficient land in the underdeserved areas, but in urban areas you can't find like enough land to plant trees. So with this, we we partner with the government. We reach out to the government to help us in finding enough land, like to utilize land to plant trees. That's one of the challenges. And another challenge is the continuous care and maintenance of these trees. Once you plant trees, you obviously don't just leave them. You have to take care of them for them to grow and nourish. So that's also a challenge. And another challenge, how we address this challenge is by seeking like local communities to like put in and the efforts like to help us maintain and nurture these trees. That's how we combat that challenge. And the third one is obviously funds. Sometimes, like the tree planting, we need seedlings, we need money for pitting, we need money for clearing the land. So all these need funds. So the funds also is also a challenge. And we reach out to different businesses and organizations to partner with us to help us combat that challenge.
We really, like in life, whatever we are doing, maybe somebody who is really sure and focused about what he or she is doing definitely would want to know the progress. Maybe what metrics do you guys use to monitor the progress of the initiative?
Okay, so that is a very beautiful question, because like we said, our intention is to plant 60 million trees. So of course, if you give to this cause, you'd like to see what are the metrics of the progress we are achieving. So the very main one is, of course, the number of trees that we plant. That acts as a very invaluable metric for us, because, I mean valuable, because if you go to our website, you'll notice we are keeping track of the number of trees that we have planted. So that is the very first thing we do. Like at Kevevapi, we did 1,000 trees. So that is the first one. The second one is that we do progressive reports on the state of the trees that we've planted. So like last week we were at Kevevapi, and we can confirm that all the trees that we planted are doing so well. We did the watering. On Saturday we'll go back to Kevevapi, that is tomorrow of course, to just see. So there is that consistency on the level of progress that the trees are going through. So that also to us counts as a metric for measuring the progress, and also the engagement of the community and the reception of the community to the projects that we are doing as Green Space.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's talk about the future of the One Kenyan, One Tree initiative. What are the future plans of One Kenyan as far as environmental conservation is concerned?
So central to our vision, we plan on like getting community involved and like educating the community and getting them involved in what we do, so that they understand the purpose, like why we are growing these trees, not just growing for the sake of growing. We need them to understand and know why we are growing them and for what reasons. And we also want to leverage, like at this time and age, on technology and social media. That's like what we are planning on doing. Like we want to leverage on that to amplify this campaign. Yeah.
I think also, just to add on that, what our vision would be, of course, would be for us to even attach tree growing to some of the most dearest of celebrations we have. Like if you're to get a kid today, instead of buying 1,000 balloons and popping champagne and wine, we'd want to see a culture where we can plant a tree in honor of the kids that we've even brought into, and the progress. When you're promoted for your job, and when you're getting the new job you've been seeking, plant a tree at least in honor of that, because we are not just stopping at 60 million. Because you see, when we were doing the project for the campaign, initially we used 60 million. But of course, people are giving birth every single time. So by the time we are in 2 years time, we'll probably have 100 million. Okay. So it is a plan to keep up the campaign for as long as we can go.
Okay. So you're telling us that that is one way whereby they can support this initiative.
Yes.
Okay, that aside, maybe Kenyan is facing a cycle weather change. At times we face drought, other times there is flood. Maybe how does the initiative adopt this challenging?
So the initiative involves scientific research, like I mentioned, because we do not just plant trees for the sake of planting trees. We grow trees.
Yes.
And for you to grow, because growth is dependent on very many aspects. So scientific research comes in where we get to assess and see if we are going to Turkana, what kind of tree are we able to grow in Turkana for the benefit of the community and for the benefit of the environment.
So it's the tree species.
Yes, yes, yes. We have to consider that, because it would be pointless. I'm not so sure, but it would be pointless to grow what is the worst tree that can do in Turkana? I probably, you'll know. Onions, let's say. If you're to plant an onion in Turkana, it will not survive for as long as it should survive. And then how sustainable will it be to the community, you see, and for what period of time? So scientific research has really come in handy, because every other person in the country is planting a tree. But you plant a tree and then after 2 weeks you realize, oh, it was the worst decision that you made, because you've wasted resources, you've wasted your time, and then the tree is not going to do anything there.
Okay, thank you so much. I can see time is not on our side, but maybe the last thing I'll ask you guys is, what is your advice towards the community, your advice towards those who are watching you outside there, as far as environmental conservation is concerned?
Okay, my main advice would be take part in the One Kenyan, One Tree campaign. And we forgot to mention towards the beginning that because we are targeting all Kenyans, so you do not have to necessarily be part of Green Space through registration, but you can be part of us through association and donations. And that's why we are having a pay bill number that is running out to every single Kenyan who's out there. Plant a tree, so that, donate so that you can grow a tree on your behalf. Because you're growing so fast, we'll probably have a challenge coming up in the coming weeks. So if you're 60, ensure you've grown up to 60 trees. So the pay bill number for supporting the One Kenyan, One Tree is, the pay bill number is 516600, and the account number is 22227. So that is the best way through which you can support the initiative to ensure that tomorrow we are having a better environment.
Wow.
Yes.
Maybe to give you a chance, Shadia, could you be a little brief on your advice towards the community?
I second my good colleague here. By also, you can support us by spreading this campaign, spreading them on social media and through the internet. You can spread, and also you can partner with us. You can write to us on our email at greenspace.ke.org, and you can plant a tree either in your home, in your school, or community. So join us in this campaign.
Wow, wow! Thank you so much, Derek Wesley, for coming here, as well as Shadia, and educating our viewers back at home concerning environmental conservation, because this is something that really concerns us, that really matters to us about conserving our environment. That was all for today in our discussion. I hope that you've learned something. Make sure that you celebrate your birthday by planting a tree. Until next Friday, inshallah, same time, same place. My name is Zamzam Ahmed. Wa hada assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.